So, dear Dhamma practitioners, this is our ongoing meditation session. So, be comfortable yourself and relax your body. Okay, so dear Dhamma practitioners, be comfortable yourself and relax your body. And keep your back straight, neck head straight in one line, and your right palm on your left. So gently close your eyes and focus your mind breathing and bring attention to this bell sound. Just follow the sound, please. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Homage to the Blessed One, the Exalted One, the fully enlightened One. So, dear Dhamma practitioners, before we start our practice session, as usual, we'll take few minutes for ourselves to be very clear with the practice we do here. So, especially when it comes to your viewpoint regarding practice is very important, because that gives the clarity to go into deeper with the practice. So whatever that we hear is itself not going to enough. As you know, the information itself not enough to change people. So as we living in this very information world, more than any other time, we have so much information, but people are not going to change like that. So then how the change can happen out of the information? So whatever the information come to you, whatever the information you get, you have to use that information, and out of that, then it's kind of like a refining the information to get the wisdom. Because whatever you hear itself, you can't maybe understand what it really means. There are very few people can understand it. Otherwise, whatever the words come to us or whatever we see, it come with lot of coloring, lot of mixing. There are a lot of unnecessary things. It's like coconut. You know, when we want to get the coconut, and we have to husk the coconut and break the shell and then get the coconut. So like that. So whatever you hear, see, smell, taste, and feel the people we associate. So everything same. So right away, you may not going to see, or you're not going to get the very real version of the person or the thing. But it is very necessary for us, whatever the condition it is very necessary for us to receive it rather than rejecting it. Because the very pure level of the information itself not going to exist outside. Somehow, the wisdom always need to be with something. So then practicing means what? Practicing means whatever the raw level of that the things, that information you gather, and then you refine it and take out all the unnecessary things and you get the wisdom part. So the meditation is a kind of like a way that you're refining the informations, because itself we can't use. And other thing is, sometimes this refining method is we use in different ways. Like we use the thoughts. So whatever you hear, smell, taste, see, so you start to think and analyze that. That is not enough. Why? Because whatever we think, that the thoughts has a certain capacity which we can't understand it. We never see that. So we are very limited if you are belong to just the thoughts. You become very limited person in any field. So then, how you can go beyond the thoughts? Because you can't do it just by thinking. That is why the meditation, you come to a point and you develop the pattern of observation and the recognition rather than thinking and understanding. So when you come to that level, that whatever the information come to you are that your mind is very clear to get the best out of that. So another way, this process, another way we call the tranquility meditation. Out of the tranquilizing mind, that is what we does. And the mainly we reduce the power of 5 hindrance, and then the mind become pure. And out of that purity, you are capable to get the best out of the moment of experience. So once you have it in the vipassana level, what you get? So you get the power of choice. That is very important. Even just imagine that the God fell in one place. Maybe the God can win all the places, but in one place, God also going to fail. So that place is inside you, the power of choice. Because no one can argue for that. No one can challenge for that. No one can take it. No one can change it. It's up to you. So then when you have the very clear consciousness, what will happen? The power of choice going to become more clear. So then you know more, it's a moment by moment by process. And because maybe it happened yesterday, but that doesn't mean from that yesterday mind you can do something today. No, in this very moment, what you experience, it's going to be in this very moment. So then rather than comparison, rather than looking here and there or bringing something from the past or the future, can you take a very clear decision regarding in this very moment? So if you are capable to develop that, So then what will happen? Day by day, you increase that duration. But when we do that way, that our very inner nature start to become very aggressive. Because the one thing with this is spirituality, once you start to develop your life, especially once you start to change your behavior, your inner nature start to become aggressive. It's like some kind of cancer. You know, there are some cancer inside our body. Once you open it, sometimes it becomes aggressive. So you are the same. Your greed, hatred, and the delusion can become so aggressive. So then how you can do that? So there is an example for that. Like in some forest, there are some frogs, very small, little frog. And what happened when the frog get angry, that is where this frog become like a balloon, become big. So hunters go to catch these frogs and they can't find it just by looking naked eye. So what they take, they take a stick and start to beat to the bush or the whatever, wherever they think that they are hiding, they start to beat. And the frog get mad. And then what happened? It start to become like a balloon. So the same thing in our nature. When that your own inner practice, your calmness, your relaxed comfort start to work, what happened? It's kind of like a beating to the greed, hatred, and the delusion. Once you start to rest, you feel so uncomfortable because this restlessness, that the busyness get aggressive. And then what happened? That aggressive nature ignite this all in a mental defilement. And then it become a struggle. But you have to understand, practicing means itself, it's a one way, it's like a war within yourself, not about other things. So that's why you have the awareness. So you have the most sharp, clear weapon, and you have to use it in a right way. So otherwise, what will happen? Otherwise, you get bored, tired, sleepy, disappointed, unhappy. So then it again slowly start to ignite the anger, the fear. So those are the things that hold us to this world. So then what will happen again? Out of the meditation practice, out of your spiritual practice, again you empower that all the defilement that hold us to the world. So don't allow it to happen. So that's where when it comes to the vipassana level, you become very sharp and you become very clear rather than comparison, dualistic mind. You start to see this entire process as one. And at the same time, so whatever the behavior or the nature inside you, you don't take it as you. So you separate, as example, anger, hatred, jealousy, you recognize those are kind of like the very nature of the world. It is not, you're not going to personalize it. Once you not personalize the very behavior, you are capable to detach from that. And that will help you to see or recognize. And then that is where that once you develop this path, you are capable to understand what is happening with others also. So it gives a wisdom for you to be around other people. And then you know this human behavior, and it will help you to understand the past and the future both. And that is where you slowly release the desire of becoming, because you recognize this is the very nature of everywhere with everybody. So this separating the mental behavior, this habitual pattern defilement, and the awareness, the clarity, is not easy. So that's why we need this practice. It is not for everybody. Everybody can't do it. Everybody don't want to do this. But there are some people, they need to practice. Like everything else, like in its ordinary world. Look at sometimes people, they can do it themselves, but there are some people they can't. They need some assistance, they need some guidance, they need to learn it step by step. And then they can do, then they can master it. So then, that's why you have to see yourself. When you're mastering the technique, how you do it, from where it comes, and how, from where you go. So what is the wisdom that you have inside regarding this practice? So every day you have to brush up it, and you have to look it from different angles. And that will help you to make your viewpoint very clear. This means that it's kind of like the vision that you have regarding the practice. So once it becomes very clear, you are capable, you are more safe to into this practice deeper yourself. And once you have that confidence will help you to be with any turbulence or the unbalance happening in you, because that when you start to practice yourself, this inner nature come against you. But still, now you have the awareness, now you know the method, now you understand how you do this, and you are not afraid for that. You know, then you become kind of like these tornado trackers. You know, see, some people track the tornadoes and they go behind the tornadoes. They don't afraid for that. You know, there are some flights. They can fly through the tornadoes. You know, not like this ordinary flight. You know, they built for that vibration. You know, they built for that environment. So in front of the tornadoes, they are not afraid. So you're the same inside you. This turbulence, this tornado, and sometimes we don't see. It is invisible. But the thing is, what happens sometimes, it can come. But then when it comes, you can stand for yourself. You can handle it. So that is what you need. So mentally, when you do that, what happens? Mentally, when you are capable to, you know, to take it, it becomes like a power that you develop with the awareness. And then in the outside world, in the society, sometimes when the turbulence happens, when the people's behavior, when in front of others' attitude, you know, when other people give hard time, and you are capable to handle it, to be with it, rather than resisting or the fighting or the go against or the reacting in a more aggressive way, you are capable to get it. Then you become like a sponge. You are capable to absorb it. That's the power that you develop out of the awareness. So otherwise, don't think that you're going to bring some kind of light or the wisdom or the knowledge that from outside. No. You are developing your own inner capacity to deal with your own life. And then as a result of that, what will happen? You are capable to be with other people around you without getting disturbed. So once you have it, that is the very common level of that, the way that you can develop the life in this conventional life. But our purpose is little bit go beyond that, because not to have a very comfortable, undisturbed, conventional lifestyle. Because every day this is going to be the same. It's not different. You know, many times you can come like this. Maybe the material things going to change around us, but our inner behavior, our form, feeling, perception, volition, recognition, they work the same way. So then once you know this, what will happen? So you are capable to little bit go higher rather than go parallel. You start to grow vertical. And that's what you need. And because when you go higher, that's where the real change start to come to you. And then that change happen within you, and day by day, that you have experienced the transformation in you. And then you're not going to be the same. So when it comes to that, the very first hindrance or the barrier, the wall, is come as a kind of like the opinions, others' opinions. Once you start to change, what happens? Because for your change, sometimes other people feel uncomfortable. So if you start to depend on others' opinions, you will never change sometimes. There are very few people you may find they really wish your change, because they most of time depend on relationship for the comfort, whatever they have. And if you depend on their opinions, you're going to play the same kind of role or the character or the place, whatever they want. Because you depending from comfort and they depending from comfort. So then every day you're going to be the same. So don't depend on others' opinion. And you start to come to the point to see the growth in you. Because once you have the growth, that is the only solution for yourself and for others to take down this defilement. Because when the growth happens, the defilements, the mental formations, cankers, that thing's not going to work. But if there is no growth, anything can make you disturbed. So it is your personal responsibility then, allow you to grow, not to hold it to the same thing, not to repeat the same thing, not to be the same. So allow yourself to grow. It is your responsibility. If you don't allow that way, remember, it's always like going to become very difficult for you. And maybe that difficulty you take as easy. So that is the worst thing can happen to you. Because once you build up your comfort zone within your own habitual patterns, so whatever happens, it is okay for you, and you just become just the ordinary person. So in that way, you can't get out of these tangles. You can't get out of these difficulties in life, because there is no end. So that's why through the meditation, build up the clarity and bring the change to yourself. And when you bring that change, always remember, develop, uplift the clarity to take conscious decisions. So conscious decisions, each and every moment. Don't allow your habitual pattern to overtake inside your head. You take conscious decision. When you develop the power of your conscious decision, your choice, your power of choice, another way, will of action, and you will see your liberation, your transformation is not far from you. So with that, let's get into practice a little bit now. So your right palm on your left and neck head straight in one line and be comfortable with your posture. So bring your attention to your body and scan head to toes yourself and say Sopateva, or may I be well and happy 3 times. Take a moment and think. We gathered here in this moment to practice this ancient meditation technique. All the Buddhas, all the enlightened masters followed this path and achieved wisdom. So we also gathered here to accumulate that knowledge. In this moment with this sitting, may my body become more comfortable, may my breath be more smooth, may no difficulties come to me, may all the success come to me. Also think for a moment, this is the last moment we're spending in this very lifetime, and detach your mind from all your past memories and as well as any kind of future thoughts. Just try to remain in the present moment, observing the sensation of your inhalations and exhalations. So in the beginning, deeply and gently, breathe in, breathe out 3 times and find the sensation, please. And allow your inhalations, exhalations happen itself. When it happens through the sensation, recognize it, do nothing extra. Bring your attention to your body, please. Observe your posture. We cultivate loving kindness and compassion in our heart and radiate it as a light through entire your compound, village, city, state, country, world, around this universe. Also as far as you can through galaxies, other planets, stars. Reminding yourself like this. With clear intention, mentally repeat after me. May all living beings in this universe be well and happy. May everyone be happy and safe, and may their hearts be filled with joy. May all living beings live in security and in peace. Beings who are frail or strong, tall or short, big or small, visible or not visible, near or far away, already born or yet to be born. May all of them dwell in perfect tranquility. Let no one do harm to anyone. Let no one put the life of anyone in danger. Let no one out of anger or ill will wish anyone any harm. Expand the loving kindness and compassion beginning from your heart. Forward. Visualize yourself and send it as a light. To your backside. To your left side. And to your right side. Downward. And upward. To all 6 directions at once. Like the moon, the sun, spread the light, spread the energy without any condition, without any limitation, without any resistance or without any judgment. Let your heart to shine with the loving kindness and compassion from the bottom of it, with the maximum effort to the highest, wishing yourself, may all living beings in this universe be well and happy. Say sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. So first of all, we offer this practice to the great qualities of the Buddha, Dhamma and the Sangha. And also by the power of this meritorious deed, may all of us attain to the supreme bliss of Nibbana. May all your guardian angels and deities will receive these merits and increase their longevity and protect all of you from any kind of planetary influences or any ill effects. Ittavata chammi sampadam punya sampadam sabbe deva anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya. Sabbe bhuta anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya. Sabbe satta anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya. Imaya dhammanu dhamma patipattiya buddham pujemi dhammam pujemi sangham pujemi. Attaya imaya patipattiya jati jara vyadi maranam ha paribunjissami. Idamme punya kammang asavakkaya vahang hotu sabba dukkha pamunchatu. Bless you.